Welcome to the Hero Complex podcast, the hero that pits two heroes together, which is the most hero. As half of the time, I am your host, Patrick Brosnahan. With me is Adam Green.
Hello.
And Ben Clover returning.
Hello.
Yes, welcome back, Ben. Lovely to have you.
Something's changed about you, Ben, since the last recording.
Yeah.
You are now father to 3 children.
Yeah. I've doubled the number of daughters that I got.
Yeah.
I've got so many now. I've got 2.
You told the doctor to double or quits.
Yeah. Like, this better be a girl.
Yeah.
Let it ride.
And you could tell, when you let someone know you're going to do a backhand slap. It's like, he's holding a scalpel, but anyway, I was very drunk.
Well, it's different now having a kid because in all the waiting rooms now they just show adolescence on repeat.
Yeah. They showed it at nursery.
I've not seen it, but the UK... No, people can't shut up about this show. Right?
No, there's an amazing shot, right?
Yeah.
There's an amazing shot where it's in a school, and then the camera, there's a fire drill, and the camera goes out of the building, and then all the way into a district general hospital, and then it's in a colonoscope, and then it goes right up, and you can see someone's probably got.
They did that in Emmerdale, actually.
Really?
Yeah. The Christmas special.
Oh, the Dingle Massacre
in 2022.
Yeah, but that one was completely by accident. But they kept it in.
Yeah, but
the thing is,
kicked off.
They shot it like that Coldplay video. They shot it backwards, so they started with the camera up someone's rectum, fired it out, and then just put it in a school. But
you just put a smelly camera in a school.
Sorry, cuts.
Sorry to interrupt your...
Blame Michael Go.
Yeah, what lesson is this? How to be woke? Sorry.
We're trying to study how Empire is bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, no.
Yeah. Do you know what's worse? Umpire. I hate baseball.
And cricket.
Right. Here are the 4 races, and here's the 3 you hate. I was like to have you back, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, thanks for coming back, man.
Has anyone seen Adolescence? Because there's an amazing shot.
You were going on about it, weren't you?
Yeah, I saw an episode and a half.
Were you instant messaging me on MSN about it?
Think so. That might have been
It's
that
never
group
instant
you're part
messaging
of.
with you, mate.
I thought
you are both one to talk.
it was.
He's right. He's right about me. I can't talk to him.
No. No, it was good. It was very stressful.
Yeah.
To watch. As I think everyone's watched it. It's been as big a hit as Squid Game was.
Yeah.
And that was, I think, more entertaining, but maybe less. Imagine if we did Squid Game in one shot. That'd be pretty intense. It was lots of it's in one shot.
Oh yeah.
Like William Tell.
Easier, isn't it?
Dossers.
Yeah. Keep rolling.
Don't have to keep we do this in one shot. No one's giving us fucking awards.
Yeah,
when the camera goes right up Adam's eye.
Why isn't this one as many awards
And you
as
can
Birdman?
see where we're talking out of.
We're the Birdman of the podcast world. What's the other one? Dunkirk?
One shot?
Yeah, Birdman's one shot.
Did you know I did both Birdmen with one shot? It doesn't really work because there's only one anyway.
One Birdman in the hand is worth 2 Birdmen in the bush. Yeah.
Have you guys seen Megalopolis?
Megalopolis.
For the listeners at home, maybe if you listen to 2 episodes in a row, we were fairly sober for the last one.
The bonus content is me smacking Adam in the mouth.
Say it.
Beforehand. I saw you in the backhand slap. You got it ready to go again.
Adam just had 2 things. So we did the thing of you tie the string around it and then to the door and slam it. We removed his entire tongue.
No, Megalopolis.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I want to see it, but I haven't yet.
Because apparently there's a bit in that where the guy on screen is doing a press conference and answering questions from someone who's sat in the actual audience.
Yes, they did that in certain screenings. Yeah.
Yeah. What did they do in the other ones?
Well,
it's just silent.
The other ones is just a bad bit of film.
Well, it's just a big silence.
Yeah.
And he goes, yes, no, I agree with those allegations.
But that sort of thing, I love.
Oh, and don't forget to join our Patreon.
I love our rules. They're always fine.
The link is below.
Yeah, the link's below. Don't forget the Patreon. We have exclusive. You just said that, didn't you?
Yeah. No, keep doing it, though.
Yeah, okay, keep doing it.
Please join the Patreon. Barney needs new shoes.
We have a cracking debate for you today. 2 inspirational figures, 2 rebels, 2 intellects, I'd say. Adam, who's your hero this week?
Oh, well, I've never had a hero feel so close to me. I feel like he's a love cats of a hero. I think about him every day, but Friday I'm in love with him.
The centipede.
Show me how you do that trick. I am, of course, talking about the lead singer of The Cure, Robert Smith.
Yeah.
What a legend.
Who you described in the text to me as Rob Smith.
Yeah.
I was like, the goalkeeper.
I was getting that was Rob Green.
No, he's on really good terms
That's a Rob Smith.
with B-Dog.
Yeah.
Look, I was trying to get to the cut of the
Bobby.
chase.
Yes, sorry, go on.
Rob Smith.
Quicker. Robert Smith from The Cure.
Robert Smith from The Cure. He basically invented being sad in interviews and being a man who wears mascara.
I think Martin Bashir invented that.
What, wearing mascara?
Oh no, being sad in interviews.
Martin Bashir was sad in interviews.
All right, hello, Mr. Michael Jackson. What do you want?
Hello, Mr. Michael Jackson.
Please never had
stop
Bashir.
touching the children.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was sad in interviews. I didn't realize that was his thing. It's like,
Oh no, here I am with Princess Diana.
I know she's being knocked off soon.
Yeah. If only those.
God, he is kind of an angel of death, isn't he?
Yeah, a little bit.
Actually, yeah.
Everyone who's been interviewed by Martin Bashir will eventually die.
No, and already has.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
including his career.
Years ahead of his time.
Who's he interviewed most recently?
Freddie Flintoff.
Uh-oh.
Oh, well, R.I.P. No, who did he interview? Gaddafi. Did him. He did
One of the Chuckle Brothers.
Val Kilmer.
One of the Chuckle Brothers. The Soviet Union.
Yeah. That took a long time. Jesus.
Zelensky, by the time this comes out.
Get off the podcast table. Get off.
Everyone's now thinking like,
All right, so that camera's
I've never seen
perfectly
a dog shit on a
Rosie's
podcast
behind.
before.
Caleb.
Yeah, this is gonna be
For listeners only, Rosie's just climbed onto the podcast table and is looking at Pat for attention.
For first-time listeners, Rosie the dog.
Yeah,
Ben,
good point.
Your hero, please.
I'm here to make the case for inventor, scientist, and activist Temple Grandin, who, like Robert Smith from The Cure,
Invented mascara.
is still alive and has done loads.
Didn't do an interview with Martin Bashir then.
No.
Ben didn't interrupt you, Adam.
Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you, Pat. Now, if I may continue, I love it when people have that stuff up. Anyway, and she's done loads to help the general population understand what autism is, and she's done tons and tons of stuff for animal welfare and to increase standards in meat factories. And shit.
For the listeners, because I think Temple Grandin is a bit more obscure than Robert Smith. When were you first made aware of her and her work?
So my daughter is 8, but for her 4th birthday, my dad got her a book.
Autism.
Yeah, he got her autism. She opened a card, and there it was. No, I got
Said,
a book called.
Stop looking at me in the eyes. Happy
Well,
birthday.
I wondered how many of the 5 big cliches we were going to do. When I say we, I mean Adam. But no, he got her a book called Brazen, and there's loads of books now for kind of like for 15 rebellious women who changed the world, or a big publishing phenomenon now. And it was a really great book. It's illustrated by this French lady who's written out all of the, and it's got all these really fascinating people, like the lady who was the witch in The Wizard of Oz, who got actually horribly burnt during the filming of The Wizard of Oz.
Oh shit!
Yeah, 'cause the makeup.
Yeah, she got caught fire during it, but kept going.
Yeah.
Finished the film, but who apparently had been a stage actress for ages before and was so legendarily terrifying that she kind of all the studio technicians were having heart attacks and falling off her ladders and stuff. And she spent the rest of her career going around doing fascinating
Pushing people off ladders.
Yeah. Just
Women
being
who
a
changed history.
health and safety nightmare. But a really inspirational figure in lots of ways. But anyway, there's loads of fascinating female heroes from history in this book, and one of them was Temple Grandin. But my dad's, he's a good guy, and I could see his reasoning in buying this book for my daughter, who at that point was 4. But there'd be bits where he'd be like, "Oh, here's a campaigner who's managed to get FGM eradicated in this bit of West Africa." And so I had to field, thanks to Dad, I had to field these inquiries from my daughter going like, Daddy, what is female genital mutilation? Is like, it's bedtime. It's bedtime.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's French for bedtime.
She's eliminated bedtime in parts of Western Africa.
Yeah. And that would make a hero to a young child. But anyway, that's how I came across Temple Grandin.
Yeah.
Who's an amazing woman, like in loads of ways. Like, especially because, all right, so she came from French Huguenot stock. And so...
Nepo baby.
Yeah, Nepo baby. Basically, she got all of this. She was lucky. She basically was the first person to get good treatment for autism. Or treatment or like mitigation, or to be helped with it in like history. Yeah. And everyone else is just like, you're weird. We're going to hit you with sticks. Yeah. Right. And she actually got help there. And that's partly because
that does help.
Her family were insanely wealthy. Right. And they sent her to all these proper neurologists and stuff.
You used to be able to get beat by sticks for free, and now you have to go to like a Greek spot.
You have to go to an actual trained stick meteorologist.
Can I speak to your stick guy?
Yeah. What are you using today? Interesting.
Greek palm. I'm not talking about his hand sweeter.
Not in October. No, that's a rigid wood in October.
I believe in you a 3-star on Yelp. Thank you. Because I learned about Temple Grandin. Have you seen the Claire Danes film?
No, but I saw on Wikipedia subsequently it was very well reviewed.
Yeah, and it's sort of... Yeah, it's very well, but I'm wondering how much true it was. Because, there's adaptations, they take liberties and all that. They kept the stick beating in.
Yeah, that wasn't even the worst thing, because she had a terrible time at school, even though she had a better time than most people with that level of autism would have had at that
can
point.
Be cruel, but who can be cruel at the teachers?
Yeah, and society. But she was in there, and it wasn't like the big turning point in her life seemed to be when... So she's still with us, by the way. So she might get to be like, fuck
74 years old.
Yeah.
Years young.
Yeah.
If you're listening, Temple.
Yeah. And maybe she obsessively doing
flirting again, isn't he?
Bumble's not working.
Well, she does come from money, so fucking hell.
Yeah.
Get on it. Anyway, not that you can call people it. The point is, right? It wasn't until she got sick.
Get her.
Nobody's listening. There's a dog licking her hand. In the middle of the fucking thing.
You look, the audio only listeners won't
She's
get
more
that.
into cattle. A big thing was cattle. Like when she went to this ranch that I think uncle owned, she got really into cows, deep connection with cows, and then she was like, "Oh, the abattoir industry is completely fucked up." So used her tremendous, visually sort of aligned, different kind of mind to most folk to make the abattoir experience much less horrifying for the cows. And it's weird because you're kind of like, how you can make it less horrifying for cows? Not shooting them in the face at the end.
Yeah.
But if you are going to do that, and let's admit that like cows are delicious, I won't because I don't eat them because I guess just better than everyone else. But the point is, if you are going to have to still do that, then I guess make it a bit nicer for them. But she was great. Yeah. She invented like on the cow ranch, she invented a hug machine.
Yeah.
And when my daughter read it, that was the thing she was most interested in. Is like a sort of hug machine where you get in it and you feel.
I'm just a hug machine.
Hug machine. That's what I call my dad.
He can't stop. He's like the Terminator. He cannot be killed.
It's like Lenny from Of Mice and Men.
Lenny, let go. Let go, Lenny.
Oh no, not another one.
Keeps calling Pat George.
Hey, if you kill it, I'll eat it. Whatever.
I'm gonna hug the cow, George. My name's not George. It's Patrick. I'm gonna go record a podcast.
But not even the sticks, right? The sticks. Apparently, she not only got bullied at school, but probably less than she would have done at a less fancy school. But when she went round various ranches to be like, hey, I know you're making millions of dollars feeding the protein-fueled nation of mid-20th century America, but how about you do it a bit less cruelly? People are like, fuck you, lady. And then like they covered her.
That sounds like it costs money and effort.
Yeah, for sure. But it was so they covered her in blood. Like she got carried, like in Carrie. At one point she was pelted with severed bull testicles.
Not severed bull testicles.
Well, that's if you're gonna.
That's either that or chucking a cow.
If you're gonna be not a cow, if you're gonna get teabagged with bull testicles, that is the way to do it. But still, not nice.
This was before Fear Factor was a show. Or I'm a Celeb.
This is when I'm a Celeb was just a glint in some twat's fuck.
Right there, Pet. We've got Temple doing a challenge.
Is that your Geordie?
We have to eat bull testicle.
Temple, you seem to be making a repetitive
I know this is
gesture.
bad. I've done it 4 copy here. Yeah, I might have it. I've got it there. Temple.
Was this Geordie? Was this?
He's trying to do Geordie. You start with where, man?
Yeah,
where, man? Are you gonna eat that testicles? Like
where are man? It's George Weir, man.
It's George Weir.
Yeah, it's called the Prime Minister of Liberia, man.
Roller coaster.
You start real low and real hard, and then you go into a little squeak. That's
you start really low, man, and then you go into a little squeak.
My name is Sarah Millican.
Starts in the West Indies.
I'm gonna
very low.
For 6 months.
But anyway, she managed to persuade the cattlemen. She managed to persuade them by going, "Hey, when cows are terrified, they walk more quickly to their doom." And they're like, "Hey, this broad's on or something."
More terrified.
Sorry, when they're less terrified. When they go like, "Hey, we're just having a nice time. Oh, look, there's my calf. Oh, we're just going for a nice walk." They would get like profoundly disturbed by like seeing a flag. And I'm anti-patriotic as well, so you'd see a flag flying, or a shadow, a long shadow, or like slippery ground. But when ground, which is what they call it out in the. But also, she campaigned.
Slippery ground.
Slippery ground.
I'm a ground man.
She also campaigned for.
I slipped on the ground.
My eyes!
Yeah.
They've got my eyes!
Ground's blinding me, man. I'm just
I still don't understand, like.
I'm just
older than you.
paintballing.
How have you seen Biker Grove, the blinding?
Everyone's seen the blinding of Biker Grove.
I didn't see the episode, I saw the bit.
You guys are like. I saw it when I was at school. You guys.
PJ, I've been blinded.
Oh, that was when Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen did it together. PJ!
There's too much paint in your eye.
My eyes are full of paint. Yes. Oh, man.
What are you going to do? Shoot him with your paint?
I can see your eyes. Anyway.
Actually, fucking Magneto.
What's your name? PJ. What's your real name, PJ? Ant McPartlin?
Magneto could have escaped from the rubber prison with a paintball gun, probably.
Yeah.
But the way he did it was cool.
Was it rubber?
It's plastic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And rubber's a kind of plastic. So fuck you.
Fucking hell.
Fuck.
But yeah, no. But she also campaigned for like, what was it called? It was called like Pink Grease. One of them is a disco band. One of them is a genuine meat product, like Pink Foam or something. Because people like, I think journalists would call her in the 80s and 90s and be like, "Oh, Temple, could it be right that they're now selling like pink slime or something?" And they're like, "Look, if you're going to kill it, you should use all of it." Anyway, the reason I chose her is because Robert Smith of The Cure in the 80s, when he had a perceived rivalry with Morrissey from the Smiths, and really you should have Robert Smith in the Smiths, but whatever, right? He had a perceived rivalry with Morrissey, and he said he ate meat. Smith said he ate meat because Morrissey was such a vegetarian. So fucking...
That's why I eat meat as well, just to annoy Morrissey.
I know, but presumably now that Morrissey's a fucking...
Turns out I'm on the right
guy,
side of history.
Now that Morrissey's UKIP guy, presumably Smith has joined, like, you know...
The libertarian.
The
cool party, like...
he's the Bader Meinhof group or something.
Nestle.
That's too far. That's the whole way around.
Nestle are pretty cool. Some of the stuff they do is pretty ingenious.
Oh, Robert Smith, you eat meat. I'm better than you.
Oh, Robert Smith, I've died for your pleasure. Will you eat me now?
I'm so hungry tonight. I'll eat the table.
If a double-decker burger crashed into
comments
Robert
if this is
Smith.
entertaining at all. I was just doing this sort of vague Morrissey and the Smith.
Do we need a meeting? Do we need to attend a meeting?
Yeah, one day we're going to walk into the recording. It's all our listeners in a circle saying how this podcast has affected them.
Is this a live episode or is it an intervention?
Yeah. But Robert Smith when were you first made aware of The Cure? When did you first listen to them?
When I was about 11 or 12, Patrick, I listened to... I got one of their albums. It was called Greatest Hits.
That's one of the...
That's one of the top ones.
Yeah.
And
it's the best one.
No, I've just always really enjoyed them. They kind of do a beautiful melody. They're quite dark and yet can be used on nearly any advert.
Yeah, they're quite commercial, aren't they, for what they do? I heard it put nicely that they do like proper pop songs and also 15-minute ambient doomscapes.
Yeah.
Also, when my sister was a local newspaper reporter in Crawley, right? He's, I think, the biggest celebrity ever to come out of Crawley. Like, the only other interesting thing about Crawley...
And then he comes Crawley back.
Shut up.
Yeah. I hated that.
Thank you for that. I really needed a fucking shut up. Jesus.
Sorry.
I know I'm teaching this improv class, but shut up.
I know everyone's feelings are valid, but
right.
Zip it.
They're no butting me again.
I'm just writing on the chalkboard, beach, dentist. Do something with that.
I'm going for a smoke.
I'm going to jump off a bridge.
So
Yes, and it will hurt.
Crawley.
But
He's
it's
from
come out of
Crawley.
He's the most famous thing ever to come out of Crawley. The only other interesting thing about Crawley is it's got the UK's highest concentration of sex workers. Because it's so near Gatwick. Yeah. Because it's so near Gatwick, people are like, I'll go on a weekend break from where I live to Crawley. But that and, so back when my sister was working on a paper in Crawley, and he was the biggest celebrity from Crawley, she'd sometimes see him out and about, dropping his nieces or nephews off at school and stuff. And this is back when the new Labour government were trying to reform the education sector by doing academy schools, where basically
getting 80s pop stars to drop the
is
kids
the thing.
off.
It's like with academy schools, any lunatic could be like, "I'll give you £1 million, and then I can set the curriculum." An objectively crazy idea, right? So we thought, what if we can persuade Robert Smith from The Cure to set up the world's only goth school? Right? In schools across the UK, goths are persecuted and bullied, and yes, they like it, but that's also bad, right? So you could set up the world's first goth school. He could be the head teacher. The uniforms would be amazing.
Yeah.
Kind of like the assemblies would be amazing.
Battered
the
summer.
curriculum would be amazing.
You're not in school in summer, dickhead.
Some of it you are. No
Well,
break.
well, shorts. Goth shorts.
I feel I've brought the
Goth shorts.
Goth shorts.
You can't wear goth shorts.
Goth Shorts was a film festival. I would go.
Yeah, that's
I would
pretty
go.
good. And I'm going for this year's best goth short.
The speeches are short. The shorts are short. The actual shorts are very long.
Winning this award is an agony.
I'd like to thank no one.
Yeah. But they do the award for best goth short. Ryan Reynolds and Eva Longoria.
Imagine getting that writing gig. I need 5 zingers for the Goth Shorts Festival. Fuck.
Yeah. Well, we haven't been paid to do that, so don't need to do it now.
Wait till we get confirmation and the contract is in hand.
I remember the academy stuff because the school I went to turned to academy. Remember the Tories just nicked that and rebranded them free schools, but you don't need to donate $1 million. You can just set up in someone's house.
You can just be
As a free
someone we
school.
went to school with.
Usually, and if you have Toby Young's phone number, you can set up a free school.
Was Toby Young,
Toastmeister.
was he the one who commissioned a load of carveries during COVID?
Oh, that was Toby's carvery, which is. By the way, when he did that, he was very young. That might be why you're confused.
That is why I'm confused.
Toby S. Carvery. I wanted to be a dancer, but
now I'm here slicing mutton.
I'm slicing mutton because of my dad unlimited. He forced me into this.
I can't even kill them live because Temple Grandin has showed up in a helicopter.
Please stop doing all of this. I'm sorry, Temple, but I'm having 4 meats.
Morrissey kicks the platter out of your hand.
Is that Toby Morrissey?
Yeah.
Neil Morrissey from Men Behaving Badly. From Vegetarian Men Behaving Badly.
They didn't even behave that badly.
No, they didn't, did they?
All they did was
smoked a bit.
Smoked a bit.
Indoors.
Drunk carling out of a barbecue. That was
That's
quite
the
bad.
honest thing. Like, they put cans of carling on the barbecue. And then they're surprised that it's hot.
Yeah. That they can't hold it.
That's the definition of New Labour.
Bad lager at a barbecue.
Why is this hot?
Bad,
you put it on the fucking barbecue, idiot. That's what the Middle East is fuck. Yeah, Martin Collins. What a lovely guy. Yeah. Unset. Instead of saying chief inspector, I say cheese inspector. Oh, what a card. Take your big lips and fuck off.
Man, there's a stage in every episode where Pat really fucking lays into.
Yeah.
I
don't know why today's Martin
his stuff about Samantha Janus cannot be broadcast in any form, even on a
She knows
Watch
what she
podcast.
did.
She knows what she did. So she's going to do it again unless someone stops her.
Is Samantha Janus the one where they cut off her head and then 2 more grew back?
Yeah. So she's writing slang for arsehole. No, as someone shoved something up with Samantha Janus, anus. Between Temple Grandin and Robert Smith, who do you think would be sorry, I should phrase it differently. They're your best mate at school. How's that like? Or would you prefer a different question, or is that fun?
No, that's great. That's great. So if you're friends with Robert Smith at school, essentially you're not getting invited to all the jock parties. You've got to go to cool like nightclubs in Camden.
Yeah.
But he knows all the people running the nights, even though he's only 16 at the time.
A little kiddie Robert Smith sounds quite good. Where he's like dressed like adult Robert Smith, but he's a kid.
Yeah.
that sounds quite cute.
Same size coat.
Yeah.
Like a wedding train, kind of the whole way behind him.
Yeah, just going in there.
Imagine that you're from Crawley and kind of like, and you go like, this is your life, just being beaten up by guys who are annoyed that there's no good football clubs in Sussex, and there weren't at the time, right? In fact, there's a theory that Lewis, in fact, Lewis, where they have the
that's Superman's girlfriend.
Yeah. And he burrows right into the centre of the earth and bums the molten core of the earth to bring her back to life when she dies in Superman 15.
I was like, you didn't need to do that.
No, you just get a new girlfriend.
She was sleeping.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lewis, the town of Lewis.
Town of Lewis. I've got some mates from there, and they say like because they go really big on bonfire night. They have floats and everything. It's a proper folkish ritual. And all the little villages outlying it have like floats that are quite cool and have a big fire display, and it's quite lively, apparently. And my mate from there said it's because at that point there weren't any good football teams in Sussex.
Yeah, make more noise with that.
So no,
the mics won't pick up. It's fine.
Yeah, definitely not. The sound of
Mike's
cellophane.
really bad.
Yeah, Adam's opening a pack of Snack Jacks.
What is that sound? It's the sound of privilege as a chihuahua is fed live pheasant. No.
Yeah. The Festival in Lewis.
Festival in Lewis. They make such a big deal of it because all of the civic energy that otherwise would get behind the local football team instead goes on making a wax effigy of Nigel Farage or whoever, or Donald Trump or someone each November. So imagine that. It'd be cool if you were in Crawley and like your mate Robert Smith is like, we're going into town. I mean, he doesn't really speak like that.
He'd be like, we're going into town.
Yeah, we're going into town.
We're going to town. Don't worry about idea. No, another guy.
Yeah.
Robert, who's this? It's my mate Adam. Adam, you cool? What did you say one about? You're 16. You might have done this before. 16, bounce like. He knows you're underage, but just say the right thing, you get in. What are you saying?
Listen, I can't stay too late tonight, Robert. I've got work in the morning.
What are you working as a 16-year-old?
Yeah.
No, well, you're pretending you're not 16.
You're pretending you work for the printing union.
I actually used to do that when we were going into nightclubs. Yeah. I'd ask...
What time is it, bouncer? Because I have to work for...
in the morrow.
No. I'm on question time tonight.
So I'd literally go to a mate. I'd go, right, try and get me to come to Roxy on Thursday night. And just keep asking me to come to the Roxy on Thursday night. And they'd go. If they either got it or they didn't. So like some mates would just get it and go, oh, do you want to come Roxy Thursday night? I go, I can't, mate. I've got work in the morning. And they go, no, come on, just do it. And they go, listen, I'm managing a team of 7 people. I can't be at the Roxy on Thursday night. I've got to be in first thing Friday for a team meeting. And you just keep doing that whilst you're walking past the bouncer, and they never once ID'd me. It worked a fucking treat.
Yeah. The conversation's in the queue. No,
yeah.
I'm in the queue for this place, but I can't go.
No, not that same night. Like, it would be the Saturday night you'd have that conversation. Be like, come on to Roxy next Thursday.
And all the time, the bouncer, who's not hearing any of this, he's just thinking about the time when he was in Kosovo, he saw 9 of his mates be killed with shovels.
Yeah, like, come in.
Like, I couldn't give less of a shit.
I was nuclear physicist in home country. And now this prick is pretending to be a man.
The 16-year-old is pretending.
You know what happened to the men where I am from?
Meeting.
They were killed by the Serbs.
In 6 days' time.
You know I've got work in the morning, and my wallet was nicked earlier tonight, which had my ID in it.
And all of my money from my job that I have. And my picture of my wife and child.
Yeah, and my birth certificate.
And my uncle, who was born just the other day.
And a signed letter from the mayor.
Very small old uncle.
I've got to be up tomorrow for I'm the alderman of this town.
Yeah.
And I've got civic duties to.
Yeah. I'm so old, I just have to get up at 3 a.m. to piss now. So why stay out too long?
I've got to be there for the RAF memorial with me and the rest of the Battle of Britain veterans.
I'm still jet lagged from all the years I spent growing up in Rhodesia.
Which I still call it.
Yeah, all of these things would work.
Yeah.
I think Rhodesia, they'd be like, what's he on about? He's so young, he's made up.
Rhodesia must be a new youth dance craze.
Yeah, I think I saw them at Glastonbury.
Yeah, I've seen on TikTok people doing the Rhodesia.
Yeah. I'll be honest, that's Rhodesia doing a secret set. Just after Jojo Siwa. But before KSI. The Sidemen.
Well, it started with the Congo, and then they've moved on to the Rhodesia. And, let's all do the Congo. Let's all do the Congo.
Yeah, no, I'm assuming you're being smart here. I know the same stuff. You and Temple are best mates at school. How does that go?
I think that'd be cool. I think as long as you weren't like a dick to her, like lots of people would have been back in those days.
Do you have to defend her a lot, I suppose, so, as a mate?
I think you would do. Like, yeah, you would, because like lots of people were like, oh, she's weird. Why does she keep picking up sand and like letting it slowly fall through her hand? Why doesn't she join in with all the things that you and our peers are doing?
Why didn't she join the sand dropping society?
Why is she doing it freelance?
She's doing that for free.
Well, that did seem to be the secret for her educational things, kind of going where the teachers had enough time to be like, hey, you seem to have this kind of mind. Why don't we do that? Why don't we turn that into a project? Whereas previously, be like, get the stick.
Yeah.
Kind of like maths or the stick.
Yeah, maths or the stick.
It's sort of like a slightly shitter carrot or stick situation.
Yeah. Tell you what I'll do is I'll break the stick into 2, and that forms the equals sign, and then that means 2 sticks for you, or whatever. So I think as long as you
stick plus 1 stick equals double a BT.
But it's like a difficult question. You go like in the she was born in the 40s, and so when she was at school in like 1962. So I thought you were telling me something with the mic closer, but in fact you were just enjoying beating an imaginary autistic child with some sticks.
I was holding up imaginary sticks, going 1 stick plus holding them together.
Sure, there's a lot of maths you can do with sticks.
Double the bit.
If you had a stick and something that could be a 0.
I hate it when you use nuance, Adam.
Yeah, you can't spell nuisance without nuance. So fuck you. No, I think, but it's a question that the readers, I know some people download this for the transcript and just read the transcript, right? It's a question for the readers is, what, when you were at school, did you not have enough understanding of, and so you were mean to someone? So like, I remember the kids in my school.
Oh gosh, yeah, I've probably done that.
Yeah, we've probably all done it, and so you probably shouldn't judge people too harshly who were dicks to the weird kid.
Russian conscription.
What?
There's a kid in my class who was dodging Russian conscription.
No way.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, what, to avoid going to Chechnya or something?
Well, yeah, he was like 19.
No, I don't think they conscripted
something that held back a year.
No, he was really smart. He got out of Russia
wait.
into the British school system.
So you're in 6th form, or?
Yeah, probably.
Don't probably need that. It's not like you're in year 6 and there's this 19-year-old Russian army dude.
This is why Pat doesn't host very often, because he gets all Paxman. Answer the question.
Not an army
Mr. Rascal,
dude.
are you black?
Not an army dude. He didn't want to be an army dude.
Yeah, Janet fucking Paxman. Ed Miliband, I heard the story the other day that if you went into a room with Vladimir Putin and closed the door, 10 minutes later you come out, you'd be on your knees crying. What do you say to this? Like, what kind of a question is that? It's like you're just blind. Ed Miliband sucked him off and started crying.
This is his first time doing it.
Yeah, it's like, who the fuck asked you this?
Yeah, maybe he got it in his eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to cry out the.
You got to cry.
the
That's
love.
one of something you literally have to cry out.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, I heard a story on the show recently that you walked into a room with the post office and closed the door. And when you opened it, you're on your knees crying, and the post office was crying as well.
And then you coughed up the word Fujitsu. Kind of
Yeah.
like, that's pretty me, you know.
It's,
These things are hard to get right. And I think probably
Yes.
I wouldn't have got it completely right. But I like to hope that I would have got it enough right.
yes, exactly.
That,
You're
she
still
wouldn't
inviting
hate me
Temple to your
after.
birthday.
Yeah, it's
Well,
like... And
for like the after.
But make sure she gets a party bag.
she get a party bag full of mints.
Horse mints.
Yeah. No,
she's-
there's stuff to make. You can make mince pies at home.
She'd be like, "Can I bring my hug machine?" Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like my daughter was fucking enchanted by the idea of the hug machine. I was
Yeah,
like,
the
"You're
hug
saying I
machine
don't give you
sounds
enough hugs?"
cool.
Yeah, Temple Grandin's a fucking hero.
Kids would
So
love
is Robert
that.
Smith, you know. But yeah, when your kid says to you, the hug machine sounds nice, it's like, you get hugs. You get hugs from me,
Yeah.
your mum.
Yeah.
You know, what are you trying to say?
If any of your parents listen to this,
Bring me a
hug
big
your kids
stick.
tonight.
give your kids a big hug.
'Cause after Trump's tariff, we're going to have to kill them all for me.
No, we did
people
all
get
right
it.
in the tariffs, didn't we? Only 10%.
So,
What we thinking of the tariffs?
uh,
I know this will come out when Trump's already been indicted.
This is come
Won't
on,
be a
we're
pro-
all swallowing cotton wool to avoid conscription.
Can you do that?
It's still coming to be
Yeah, it comes up as like a blot on your X-ray.
the Patreon content will be us having our heads shaved and then being sent to fight the Spetsnaz just outside Donbass.
Yeah.
Trying to take Greenland so we can get the tariffs down to 8%.
I'm so cold. I'm so
So
cold.
cold.
It's got to be.
Why do they call this place Greenland?
Wasn't it to trick
was
the people?
It's to trick Vikings, and it's amazing that it's still tricking Trump 1,000 years later.
Yeah.
And what he looks at, it's massive because of how maps work. It's not actually that big.
It's just really close to his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oi, Mr. Trump, model of a cow, real cow.
He'd love Lennon, I imagine.
Yeah. Graham Linehan. I've seen the IT
Well, a guy.
cats.
Well, a guy.
I've seen Black Books. I'd have renamed the show, but
Which is be called books, which I also hate.
which I was saying, it was just no title.
I really like Pat's minimalist Trump impression.
Yeah, no cadence, no impression of voice. I'm just saying.
Pat will take a fucking run up for his Norwegian guy, but he will
He's
put
not
zero
there yet.
effort.
He's not there yet.
Yeah. Trump
Don't
is just-
rush him.
Trump is just an enunciated mate.
We should like blow part of his ear off and drop like he's there.
Where's my ear?
Because the structure is right, but
Yeah.
he doesn't do any of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't need to. That's
The-
not actually how he talks.
The Alec Baldwin version, Jaina. That's the Alec Baldwin version. Hello. I didn't kill a woman. He did, Alec.
He didn't.
He did, but he
I think
no,
people-
listen, I don't think it's his fault, but he did kill a woman.
People need to stop attacking Alec Baldwin for killing that woman and start attacking him for having an insane wife who thinks she's Spanish.
Yeah.
Like, she's
Hilarious.
from like Michigan or something.
Yeah, that is.
I will say,
objectively
calling a man?
The most recent thing with him was like I saw this footage online of like him being like shushed in public.
Yeah, by her, yeah.
Where he was going like, "That was well done, babe." And she's like, "Hey, quiet, I'm talking."
I'd just like to say that that's
Cállate. I am planning here.
excuse me, it's Alec Baldwin here. Just want to say that, love. Excuse me. I'm talking, huh? Go watch the Baldwins, huh? Essay.
It's got to be a dare, hasn't it? Like
Yeah.
her thing. that
Well,
you're
I
gonna-
think he thought he was marrying a Hispanic woman, a spicy Latina, and she just went along with it until they got married. It's like, hey, I'm actually from fucking Boston. It's like, you know how the whole world still thinks
That is
Catherine
brutal.
Zeta-Jones is Hispanic and not Welsh?
Who is?
Catherine
Zeta-Jones.
Zeta-Jones.
Oh yeah. But there is a weird thing with Welsh people; they often look quite. Hispanic.
Anthony Hopkins was an old Spanish Mexican man.
Antonio.
Antonio. No.
Quinio.
In Zorro. He was the original
Did
Zorro.
I say Antonio Banderas?
You said
Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, Anthony Hopkins, because yes, that's what I meant. Yeah.
And then Ben said something that just blew your mind, and then you didn't know what was going on.
Sorry, I need to. Back. Would you like to get all your browser tabs back? Sorry, let me look at the list of questions.
He's got questions.
He's
got questions. He's got the best questions. I said he came in here. He said, "Wow, what a list of questions."
See, it feels like yours is also a minimalist impression, but
I do the hands though.
Yeah.
You got to do the hands for the listeners only of the podcast. I'm doing the hands.
Yeah.
Who has been a bigger rebel to authority? You think? No. Robert Smith's punk, Temple Grandin changed a lot of.
There's not a lot of punk in The Cure, I'd say.
Wow, right. Well, I wouldn't have called him punk either, but anyway, he's kind of he's a punky rebel kind of guy.
Well, he rebels against like the sort of norms and stuff. I don't think it's punk music.
I think one of the best interviews he gave was when he was asked by
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Are you as excited as me to be for the Cure to be introduced to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? He went, by the sounds of it, no. That is pretty rebellious.
I absolutely love him. He's like an absolute star of quotes and not being that into stuff.
Yeah, just like I'm here. They've made the record label made me come
because like lots
that
of
kind of attitude.
Lots of musicians are really funny, but don't. But it really feels like a bonus because it's not like he trades on it in any way, you know. Whereas like if David Bowie had said a fifth of the really funny things that Smith has said, it would have been people like, oh, he's also
instead of writing the laughing note.
They've both done some good songs. Let's not quibble.
Yeah.
You know, Kent's overperformed in music terms compared to any other garden county.
What do you mean Kent's overperformed?
Well, the Rolling Stones are from Kent.
Are they?
Kevin Ayers is from Kent.
Who?
Actually, I know Kent's not Sussex, so I've kind of
Clark Kent.
Clark Kent.
Sorry, Jimmy, I'm just going to bomb the centre of the earth.
But what rhythm?
Been waiting 20 minutes to say that. What?
Jimmy Olsen just taking pictures.
You try and bomb the centre of the earth. You go like, oh no, that's the front. Give it 12 hours.
I'm sorry, is that your vagina?
Yuck.
I'm from Krypton, not Gaytown.
It's gay to have sex.
Superman wasn't known for his work. Lex is like, I'm wittier than him. I've had several sketches accepted on DMs Are Open.
Who are the Lexes over the years? It's now Pattinson, but it was
no, it's not Pattinson. You lunatic.
Whatever. Yeah,
who's looks set to be great.
It was Hackers, the Genester.
Yeah.
Gene Hackle Hackman.
Like, I'll just put some food out for the dog.
Evil genius.
Is there anyone in
Kevin Spacey.
Oh fuck!
I'll put some food out for the kids.
I'm gay, don't you know?
I'm gay, and that. You're all under the bus now.
There was.
I'm sorry, Superman. I'm gay.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh, I don't. Who was the Superman for Jesse Eisenberg Luther?
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill.
Brian
Cranston.
No, Henry
Brian
Cavill.
Singer was a director, wasn't he, on one of them?
He was the Brandon Ruth one.
He was Brendan Ruth's Superman Returns. Brian Singer turns out to be an absolute spacey.
He's a wrong-un.
Yeah, proper wrong-un.
If you look him up, in the first 5 pictures from Google, will him hold a book called The Big Book of Big Asses.
Really?
How big was it?
Oh, the book's really big, but you don't see the asses in it. So I'm assuming.
You just see like 2/3 of it. I imagine that's huge.
I've never seen a man so happy.
If they're zoomed
you
in.
really need the context, don't you? If it's zoomed in, you can make anything look massive.
Yeah.
But yeah, you need
all the pictures are next to like a banana.
Next to the Eiffel Tower.
A pencil.
Like a Lego
Is that
figure.
a golf pencil?
This is a real size man
straight
next
from
to this arse. You've also had
Jesus Christ.
John Cryer was Lex Luthor.
He wasn't. He wasn't bad, actually, considering he's mainly known for being Charlie Sheen's brother.
Oh, yeah.
In 2.5 Men.
And also Gene Hackman's like
guy.
lackey on the original Superman.
Because I don't really understand. I don't think Superman is good, right? Because I don't think it's a good idea for a thing. Because
you don't think it was good to have a Jewish opposition to Nazism?
I think that would have been good.
Yeah, I guess Superman isn't real, but he's a Jewish creation, an opposite to the Ubermensch.
He's from Krypton.
But he's the opposite of Ubermensch.
Not from Golders Green.
he's the opposite of Ubermensch, but he literally is a god.
But like without the opposite ideals, I suppose.
But I mean, I guess because he is superior to everyone else, but he doesn't act like it.
Well, I think the intriguing thing about Superman is he could decimate and control us all if he wanted to, but because of the upbringing of two small elderly parents from Kansas, he does it
using the media and changing the weather.
What does he change the weather?
He's got his ice breath. Flows around the world.
That's all fine.
He's basically
He's
a godlike figure who.
But he does it for good.
He doesn't act like a bad guy. But it's always interesting that he's up against a guy who wasn't born with these tremendous gifts.
Yes.
And who has
worked
really
hard.
to achieve that. And is a bastard and has done bad things and has a wig, and that's awful. I remember that from the Spacey one, which I watched. With Spacey, he was lovely, but
handsy.
No, it's fine. Kind of like the popcorn was a bit salty, but fine. But yeah, I always thought it was a weird thing. It's like, well, maybe we'll just make time go backwards, or maybe we'll just shoot for it. There's basically the whole thing becomes like, how can I trick you into using a kryptonite toothpick? And why is it called kryptonite? If he's from Krypton, is the kryptonite from Krypton? Because if it is, Krypton, then why did they live there? Because that would kill them all.
It's the effect of the sun.
Okay, right. When Kryptonite gets in
front of the yellow sun, then it changes.
So you've got a guy with basically one weakness.
Because none of them have powers on Krypton as well. You've got to bear in mind.
Are they just normal?
They're just normal blokes.
Because they live under a red
sun. Do you know what?
Sun.
He does deserve a lot of credit then for not being a dickhead when he gets to places like, I'm really bad.
I mean, he was a baby. He was sent as a baby.
Yeah.
He didn't know.
I was raised by an old couple from Kansas.
Yeah.
Ma and Papa.
Ken.
Excuse me, don't interrupt. Ma and Pa Ken. Teach me how to be a good guy.
Jonathan and Martha.
Yes.
I think I want the tone of any subsequent podcast I do to be just at random, just say to them, can you give me a second? Can you let me finish my
It's rich.
I'm just.
No, I love it. I just have strong feelings about things.
Because I was, as a Brazilian boy, sent to this country.
But when he was a baby.
What's your kryptonite? Nando's.
No, my kryptonite is my own heart.
Jocko Benito in.
Yeah. Irish woman with a big ass.
Howbeit, is it in the book?
Yeah. Have you seen this ass, Superman? No.
No.
Yeah, she'll hit you with a rolling pin if you get one like that.
Have you seen, Pat, when someone Jocko Benito's near him?
I don't know what a lot of those words meant.
Jocko Benito. You didn't know Jocko Benito.
So what is it?
And you call yourself a Brazilian.
So it's a Scottish Brazilian restaurant.
Yeah. Jocko Benito.
I know what it means, but stop saying it. What are you talking about?
It's the most Brazilian thing ever.
Okay.
What is it? Is it what, a big picture of Lula?
It's play football. Play beautiful
football.
Oh, I see.
It's
Jocko
Benito. Jogger play Benito is beautiful. Play beautiful.
It's like a Nike ad from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't know all the Nike ads?
Well, but you keep saying that if you've been to Jogger Benito's.
Yeah, you made it sound like a venue that you could slime your way into by pretending that you had a job
in
a boiler room sales facility.
Something you order at the Costa del Sol. Can I get 2 Jogger Benitos?
If you know what I mean. And that's where underneath a napkin there's a load of...
when McLaren have signed Jogger Benito to be their next driver.
Joe Benito is one of my favourite Mario Kart characters.
Yeah.
He's one of Bowser's kids.
With tits.
The one he doesn't talk about. He just flap about, especially on a jump.
Like a big feathery hat.
Yeah. Mario, the struggle burrito. Whoa. She's huge tits.
If she overtakes Luigi, he just freezes.
Yeah.
He just freezes. He can't move for the rest of the race.
Sorry, Peach. I'm going with the one with the bigger tits. The Jogo Bonito. She could feed a crash, Peach.
Luigi, snap out of it, man. Fucking snap out of your house. Your mansion's haunted. I don't know. Just sort it out.
I've killed too many people in my house.
Luigi's mansion's so different if he's killed all those people. And they're trying to get him.
I'm like a healthcare
When all of you shut up. I'm sorry for killing you. I'm jealous because Mario has met a girl with a huge, gigantic tits.
No one else can see Jogo Bonitos, but I can. I see her. I close my eyes. I see her.
I see her in my dreams. I usually dream of plumbing and what if I could fly?
Little clouds with faces.
Yeah.
They never show the Mario Brothers kind of going like, he's a terrible job your previous guy has done here. He's going to cost you 9 to 10 times the market.
I need to order the parts.
We're going to have to get rid of that. We're going to have to get rid of that.
All of this is how you say shit.
We send the man over here.
I go down to this pipe. I collect the coins for you to pay me.
You must tell me the right pipe. Last pipe you showed me a plant came out and burned my face.
For you, he's okay. For you, he's okay. For me, he's okay. For me, he's no.
Not so good.
No.
Sorry, I thought I spoke to your brother. He's currently with someone with huge tits. So I'm working today. Could your two little children stop throwing hammers at me? I'm sick of them throwing the hammers at me.
I will jump on the head, but then
I would kill your children.
When they jump back out again, he's not okay. I'm a professional.
Why are you flying in a cloud with fishing rod?
Why are you flying with those fish nets?
I think we've sorted it out.
Yeah, so I think Rob Smith would be
I will have a cup of tea. Yeah.
That's a long way of saying, 1 sugar, please. Yeah.
So, final thoughts on each of you, 3 final reasons for why your hero is the best. Ben?
Thelma Grandin, without her, literally millions of people on the spectrum would be having a much worse life, and their suffering would go ununderstood. Without her, the trackless wastes of the suffering of non-human mammals who we eat for our pleasure like fucking psychopaths would be even worse. And not only would it be worse for them, right, it'd be less efficient for you animals. Like the slowest apex predators in history. So she's made things better for animals. She's made things better for people. She did a TED talk. I know that ended badly, but
TED or TEDx?
TED.
That was
good. Right.
That was good.
Is that when she pretended to be the teddy bear who's mates with Mark Wahlberg?
No,
sure.
No.
What are
Answer
you doing?
that question.
You can't hear a syllable and go, whoa, running through what you know. If it was a reference to a TED talk, great. But not like, was he a former president, Roosevelt? No, that's Teddy Roosevelt. See how bad that was? That's like that.
But that was
Mine
better.
was better.
No, they were both.
It was
but
better.
his was exemplar about how bad yours was. So I think you've. And I would just say quickly, even though the Smiths, not the Smiths, fucking the Cure Smiths were really good, right? I don't think they really innovated in any huge sense. They're not.
Oh, that's a big claim.
They're not of an order.
Oh,
Like banging songs, great guy, banging songs, but they'll mean an awful lot to a load of black-clad weirdos, ISIS, right? But a lot less to everyone else.
Right, first of all, although your one has been working to try and sort out autism, unlike Robert Smith, she's never found the cure.
There you go. That's an actual...
Yeah, I've been holding on to that for 45 minutes. Well done.
No one expects her to find the cure.
Or, well, you're saying you need to cure autism, so that's bad because you don't need to cure it.
Ben ever said.
No, he said that.
The cure of not only not cured anything, they also cure meat, which is bad.
It's good. It's lovely. It tastes great.
I guess if you're going to kill it, then you might as well make it taste nice.
Yeah, and then cure it so it lasts for
But then
longer,
that increases
so
demand for
doesn't go
killing
to
it.
waste.
So.
Yeah. But if you didn't increase the demand for killing it, then you wouldn't produce the cows in the first place.
Yeah, that's true. We
So
should
they
start
get to
eating
live.
human flesh then. I hear that's delicious.
I do think we should
when
do
you
that.
build
To be
tongue
fair, I'm
There
fine
should
with
definitely
that.
be some South African guys at Earlsfield train station going like, "Oh, this hipster biltong's absolutely delicious."
Yeah. Why are they doing it in an Australian accent then?
Because they spent some time in Brisbane.
That's fair enough. I'm glad they picked up. They acclimatized in Australia, and yet now they live in Earlsfield. They still have speaking in the Australian accent.
You know what? I'd love to be a bartender in the UK. Gonna move over there.
In finance.
Would you, if the human agreed to
Have you
it?
said your 3 points?
Hang on, hang on. I've got. To
I haven't gotten to my main point.
If a human agreed to,
I'll be really quick.
meat, if they agreed to it, would you eat?
If someone agreed to it,
yeah,
yeah,
they
it's
were like,
absolutely
yeah,
fine. It's
use me
absolutely
for
fine.
meat.
Right? But if we're gonna eat stuff, right? Which Pokemon would you eat? Because I reckon definitely would eat them if they were real.
Jinx.
Isn't that one of the X-Men?
The one with the tits.
The one who looks like a black-faced prostitute.
He said like that's.
Oh no!
They really do. It's so bad. Barney, don't put that as a clip. We'll get thrown off TikTok again.
Well, what people are going to do? Shoot me, come on. Mario, I want the black-faced prostitute. Why, Luigi? Because you have a droga bonito. Well, no, Tauros is like bull meat.
Okay, yeah, there are some quite.
No.
But what do you think Pikachu would taste like? Like it's a mouse.
Like mouse, rodent, I don't know.
Electric, shocking.
I think it'd
Well,
be.
it's dead, I don't think it'd have a parrot. Like Squirtle was like, it's like a juicy tortoise.
I mean, they're
Look
all,
at that juicy tortoise.
they're all basically animals, aren't they? So,
Or plants, yeah.
Yeah.
so it's like
Some of them are plants. There's a few ghosts.
So some of them just look like guys. Like
there are some.
Macho. It just looks like a guy in his pants.
French
Why are you throwing those balls
pants.
at me? I'm just a grey man.
I've just got to get some milk.
Yeah.
And now I've been,
In my pants.
I've been captured
live
in a
in-
ball.
I live in a
and
small
made
ball.
to fight
There's some-
animals.
I now have to fight chickens and geese.
In the wild.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I can't wait to be out, but I hate to go back.
It's lonely in the ball.
I'll fight anything. I'll fight a dragon that burns me to a fucking crisp.
Yeah. Kill me.
I don't want to go back in the ball with those animals.
Now I only live for the fury of battle. Yeah. I'm fighting a dragon in my group, but when I'm fighting, there's like a lonely plant. or a baby rat. It kills me inside to waste my time. But I savor every moment of daylight outside of the ball.
Oh, the wind on my face.
The wind in my face, the shriek of the Zubats. It makes me feel alive.
Yeah, we discussed the Pokemon.
Percy
on it.
warned me that one day I could be trapped in the ball. I'm forced to breed at the centre with a pink blob they call Ditto. I come into this pink blob day after day and have many children that look like me. The days are relentless.
But I give anything to return to my family with the milk I promised them 15 years ago.
I promised them milk over a month ago. Their silence is deafening. They probably get their milk now from another grey man. I will fight the Elite Four and I'll become champion. And then, if they let me, take my own life. The winner of this episode is Temple Grandin.
Annoying. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you for a great battle today.
So much fun, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Thanks for coming on again. Have you got anything to plug?
Oh, I forgot we're still rolling. I'm an angel on the last Saturday of the month.
Which month?
April this month.
When does this come out?
I was at Angel.
If that's wrong,
hang on.
Ben's dates will be in the description.
Yeah.
All right.
Follow
also-
you on what should they follow you on?
Oh, Instagram.
Yeah,
Ben
cool.
Clover Comedian on Instagram.
If you want to be funny, book Ben to teach you the works because he's great.
Oh yeah, I do teaching as well.
Oh, you teach comedy don't
And
you?
writing.
What's
Yeah.
your favourite joke to teach?
Knock
Knock. Who's there? You're gay.
Well, your mum's favourite was.
Oh, hey, whoa, no need for that. Can't even retaliate. Just be
That's what
too
she
mean. Yeah, all
Have
right,
you-
cool.
Have you got anything coming up apart from
Yeah.
therapy?
4X comedy at Camden Head, Camden Comedy Club.
28th April.
28th? 28th?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
all right. Well, the show went well.
Yeah.
If any of you could be my character witness for an upcoming court case, because work have started listening to the podcast.
Fuck.
No, they haven't. Love you guys. Comment on the clips. Comment on the podcast.
Which Pokemon would you eat?
Yes, that's not what Pokemon you would eat.
Or have sex
the
with.
Hero Complex. That's not what Pokemon you'd ignore if they walk past you in the hallway, not knowing that they might have trouble at home. Send answers to the Hero Complex podcast at gmail.com. I love you. Adam Green's been here.
Hello, thank you, goodbye.
Our special guest Ben Clover's been here,
Thank you, Ben.
and
You've been...
I've been Patrick Brosnan.
Wow. Bye.